He's unabated. That's the new word, unabated. That's kind of too big a word. That's like mayonnaise. I'm assuming that's the biggest word I know.
Hello, everyone, and welcome on into the Unabated podcast, where we have an incredibly special episode today. I, of course, am Thomas Viola, and in addition to be joined by Captain Jack, Mr. Unabated himself today, we have a whole host of guests with us because today is the official first annual international prop-off for Super Bowl 58, and this is going to be a very, very special competition here between our crew at Unabated and our fantastic friends over at Matchbook. And as a result of some late substitutions going on here, I will actually be competing on Team Unabated instead of hosting for you. So to explain everything and to get us going, I'd like to bring in your host for both this episode that is going to be game prop focused and our second half that you will have to find on the Matchbook podcast. Matchbook's own Daniel Hussey. Daniel, thank you so much for being here to host with us.
Firstly, I'm very excited, Thomas. I don't know about you, but it's Super Bowl week. This is such a cool way to kick off the Super Bowl week. So yeah, very much looking forward to the first, as you said, the first ever international prop-off Super Bowl between Unabated and Matchbook. So yeah, people are probably wondering what's the structure of this, what are the teams? Quick explanation of the competition. It's going to be a Ryder Cup format. It's going to be 3 picks each per team. Or per each individual gets 3 picks per team, and it's going to be a case of we're going to start with the game props here on the Unabated side of things, and then moving on to the player props as well. I'll go into in terms of exactly what order we're doing it, that sort of thing. But firstly, it's going to be 3-on-3 here, Team America. We've already heard Thomas speak there, so delighted firstly to welcome Captain Jack. Jack, you're very much looking forward to this.
Oh yeah, definitely. Look. Back in October, I was out at G2E, and the team from Matchbook, Jesse May and his crew, they were like, "Hey, we'd love to do a competition, Europe versus the United States, and in some kind of sports betting." I think we have a little bit of home field advantage here. We have probably the best prop bettor in the world in Rufus, and it is the most American of American sporting events. So a little bit of a home field advantage here, but I think it's going to be fairly close.
Yeah, you mentioned Rufus. Rufus, you're getting bigged up here, not just on air here, but off air. A lot of people were talking, Rufus, that our team is fearing you right now. So are you going to live up to that hype?
Probably not, to be honest. But
we'll see how it goes. Patrick Mahomes, this is the Patrick Mahomes. But if that's Patrick Mahomes, our Brock Purdy is very much Brad Allen. So Brad, I hope you don't mind that reference too much. He's a very, very good quarterback, of course. I'm not talking about the draft picks. I'm talking about the last couple of years. So, Brad, welcome along and welcome back to Team Matchbook.
Cheers, Daniel. Well, yeah, I'll just be running the system here today like Brock. I've got my superstars out here with Fabian and Drew. I'm just giving them the ball, you know.
And Drew, fill us in where you are right now. I mean,
I'm in
Suuma thinks you're in Starbucks.
I'm in beautiful Las Vegas where it's like 50 degrees and raining. If you're consuming Super Bowl content from Las Vegas this week, just gird your loins for people complaining about the weather because we are having the worst of it out here in the southwest of the United States right now. But no, I'm fired up to be here. I'm on Team Europe. People may be a little bit confused by that, but as we here in America look to maybe re-elect Donald Trump, I'm working on my golden visa for Portugal. So I've got my exit strategy worked out, and this is part of the roadmap to being officially Team Europe.
Drew, I don't know if you were made aware of one of the rule changes. In order to accept you on Team Europe, you have to do the entire episode in a European accent.
I'll get my my brain going on that one, but Team Europe is pretty strong, and this is going to be a pretty amazing Super Bowl and a fun competition. So glad to be here.
Drew is very much European, not just for the next 90 minutes, but throughout, right up until Super Bowl day. And delighted to welcome NFL Bettor from the Hammer Betting Network on Team Matchbook, Fabian Summer. Suuma, it's great to be back doing streams with you again. Are you looking forward to this? I mean, Thomas spoke about European accents. It doesn't get much more European than a German accent. That's what I would say anyway.
I hope it's not going to be too bad. Sitting in sunny Germany today, but to be honest, I'm quite jealous on Drew, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I am as well, and we all are. Drew gets to these fun places if you follow him on Twitter. A very much trolling people throughout during the months of January, playoff football in particular, with loads of pictures of sunsets, suns, lakes, that sort of thing. But yeah, as I touched on with the structure for this competition, each player is going to get between 60 to 90 seconds to explain their picks. We're going to really push them on the 60 seconds in particular. Each round get a pick. Basically, we've got 3 players, A, B, and C. Rufus and Drew are A players. Brad and Rufus are A players here. We've got Suuma on the B list with Captain Jack, and Thomas C with Drew Dinsick. So we're going to rotate it basically like that. It's going to be a case of a prop off. Loads of the rules are available on sites. We'll put all the links in the show notes as well. But I'd say the best thing for this is to get going. And look, this is the unabated stream. So we're going to start with our matchbook A, Brad Allen. So Brad, take it away with your first pick here.
All right, I'll start us off with under 6.5 49ers to have a reception in this game, -130. So 49ers have gone under this in 12 of 19 games this year. I'm expecting them to be quite run heavy in this game. I think they probably looked to what the Ravens did 2 weeks ago and thought we absolutely cannot make the same mistake. Let's run the ball, tight formations. So you've got your 4 main locks who are going to get it: Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, and CMC. Then maybe Juszczyk, maybe Jawan Jennings, and then to actually lose the bet, we're going to need someone like Eli Mitchell, Ray McLeod to get one. And I don't see that happening. So as I say, yeah, 12 out of 19, this would have won. So that's something like -170, and we can bet -130 here.
Okay, -130. Over to you, Rufus, to take on Brad, your opening pick here.
Okay, I'll go with something that's a little bit less of a favorite, I guess. I'll take the. Let's see. Do I need to give the rotation number or no?
You don't need to. If you want to,
no.
you can.
I'll get under 4.5 sacks. -110 if Jack's number is correct in this PDF. I think it's under 4.5 sacks. I don't have a lot of reason.
Yeah. Captain Jack will be our unofficial throughout. Keep an eye on these things, right? Jotting it down and making sure all prices are above board. But I should have mentioned at the start, all prices are taken from the prop pack, the Vegas prop pack. So that is our first selections there. You should see them running on screen there now. We're going to go to our unabated B player, which is Captain Jack. So Captain Jack, take it away.
All right. Yeah, this is coming from the Westgate Superbooks prop pack. We updated the prices for anything that has moved since when it was released on Thursday the 1st and today, which is Monday the 5th, that we're filming this, just to throw that in there. Okay, I'm going to take longest field goal made over 47.5, -110. My reasoning on this is these are kind of risk-averse coaches. I can see situations where it gets into that 4th and short. Should I go? Should I kick the field goal? If that happens in that window around like the 35 down to the 30 or so, then we should be able to get a longer than 47.5-yard field goal. Plus, elevation-wise, this is the 2nd highest elevation stadium in the NFL, and it's indoors, so it aids the kicking game.
Okay, I have to say I like that angle there. Suuma, what are we taking Captain Jack on here with?
I will take something that's basically connected, and this is San Francisco to convert a 4th down, no, -110. I think that Kyle Shanahan has attempted 13 4th downs at all this season, pretty conservative when it comes to that, and going with them attempting few 4th downs in general and not converting one this game.
Okay, both potentially connected there. That is very much looking forward to seeing those two and who comes out on top and gets that 1 point there. We'll move on to a matchbook C player here. So Drew Dinsick, we've built you up there. You're on site here now. What is your opening prop play here?
Okay, I'm going to go longest touchdown under 38.5 at -110. Not expecting much explosive play in general here. Leaning under on the game, leaning Niners on the side, and just in general expecting that kind of the way that it's been laid out by a lot of the players so far, that we're going to get a little bit of a run heavy approach from San Francisco, and just in general matriculation by the Chiefs offensively. So yeah, under 38.5 for longest touchdown for me.
Okay, over to you, Thomas. Take it away. Taking on Drew.
I'm going to go for my first one. I'm going to go with a little bit of plus money here. I'm going to go with score in the first 4.5 minutes. Yes, at plus 145 here. I think this is a little bit juicy. First off, we get Andy Reid off the bye, and we get a game script coming out of the Chiefs to start it off. I feel like they're going to be able to, at the very least, put together some sort of good drive in their scripted opening. And Kyle Shanahan on the other side, I'm liking the same thing. I'm liking both teams' pregame scripts coming out strong in the first couple of minutes here, and I think we see a score.
Okay, that's our opening plays. We've had each A player, each B player take each other on, each C player taking on. It's rotating here a little bit. So we're going to go back to Rufus for your second play of the day.
Okay, I'll go with under 2.5 different players to have a passing attempt at minus 175. You could,
okay.
I mean, obviously, like just based on the numbers alone, that's for a normal game, it's good. Obviously, there's more likely to be trick plays in the Super Bowl, but I still think it's a good price.
Okay, this is our heavyweight battle. I'll hand it over to Drew Dinsick. Drew, taking that on with.
I think it's me though, right, Dan?
Oh yeah.
No, it's rotated back here to MC. Yeah,
mixing it up. Okay, so you went once. Your price was 170 on that.
Minus 175.
Okay, so I can get a little. Less risk averse here. Try to find something in the little bit pricier range. I'm just going to stick with what I've already got keyed instead of searching around. I'm going to go with 66.073, which is the shortest touchdown market. And I'm going to go over 1.5 yards for that at minus 110. So
okay.
Not expecting a goal line plunge here.
Yeah, a lot of fascinating props, I'd have to say. So this random order allocation after the first round has put Drew back in Matchbook C player here. So Drew, your final prop pick taking on the unabated Captain Jack. So
okay, I'm gonna take first half touchdowns under 2.5 here. Again, expecting a little bit of a slower start to this game, a little bit more running, and just in general field goals and not touchdowns. Under 2.5 touchdowns in the first half is good at minus 110 for me.
Okay, taking on Captain Jack, as I mentioned. Captain Jack, what are you playing that up against?
Yeah, so I'm going to go a little bit longer odds to try to pick up the point if we both hit it. And I'm going to go both teams to complete their first pass attempt at plus 110. Basically, just trying to find something a little longer odds than what Drew made.
Yeah, I was on your every year waiting for the explanation, but do love the tactical element that Team USA is coming with. Thomas, you're up next here. You're opening this game up against Brad Allen, so take it away. No pressure.
Oh boy, yeah, I am certainly feeling absolutely no pressure here on this one, but I think that I'm gonna have to go with keeping with the plus money here. I'll go with over 3.5 field goals at plus 140.
Okay, Brad Allen, over to you, taking that on with.
So I guess the strategy is to go for longer odds, but I've just got 2 guaranteed winners who are shorter odds, so I'm just going to give them for you. I'll go no 2-point conversion. Minus 165. And from what I can see this season, the 49ers have attempted 0 2-point conversions and the Chiefs have attempted just 1. And the kickers are combined 106 out of 107 on extra points this year, suggesting we should say on the 3 and 7 scoring. So I'm going to go no 2-point conversion, minus 165.
Okay. Looking forward to Brad's other guaranteed winner coming up.
No attempt.
Yes, that's the attempt. Sorry.
Yeah.
Cool. We blocked that in there. And as I said, looking forward to Brad Allen's other guaranteed winner in a second. But the the random draw here has put back in Suuma. Suuma, you're opening up here this round of games. What do you fancy?
I'm going with first half field goals made over 1.5 minus 125. Connecting a little bit with what Drew has said, also expecting a slower approach to the game by both teams. Both our head coaches are very conservative, so I can absolutely see 2 field goals in a dome made in the first half.
Okay, just love the nodding from Drew there as well. Team Europe really, really building this up here. Over to you, Thomas. No pressure.
Woo, okay. Still no pressure here, but I am going to be looking. I'm going to be, there we go. Instead of the longest field goal, I'm sticking with the field goal props. I do love soccer at heart, so sticking with the kickers works for me here. Distance of first field goal, I'm going to go over 36.5 at minus 110.
Okay, taking on, we're going to our next game here, which is basically, it's Captain Jack up against Brad Allen. So we'll start with Captain Jack. I like this matchup for Team Europe, that is.
We've leaned heavily on the field goal props. And I've got one more. Will both teams make a 33-yard or longer field goal? Yes, minus 120.
Okay. Brad Allen, over to you, mate.
And it's worked out nicely because I've got a minus 110 here. Andy Reid to use the first challenge. So I guess we could it's probably most likely we get a void out of this one. I don't know what the rules are with that one. But this is, where's my stats here? Over the last 3 years, Andy Reid has used 17 challenges in 60 games, 28%. Kyle Shanahan has used just 12 for about 20% hit rate. So, minus 110. I quite like Andy Reid to use the first challenge here.
Okay, and we're going to go to our final game here of this round one. That is an episode 1 hosted on Unabated YouTube channel. And we'll go to you, Suuma.
My last one, first timeout by San Francisco plus 105.
Okay, I like it. Over to you, Rufus.
I'm gonna take the opposite. I'm gonna take Chiefs first timeout minus 105, or minus whatever it is. 125.
I think it's minus 115, right?
It doesn't really matter though.
Minus 125.
Right. Yeah.
True.
Okay. Strategery.
Nice.
Yeah, it's getting a bit tense towards the end. There's a bit of sort of tactics involved in this game. Firstly, I'm very impressed at how quickly everyone went through their picks. Captain Jack, it was a big concern of ours time-wise, how we would get on. This has absolutely flown by, which is brilliant stuff and great for listeners and viewers to get this so quickly as well.
Yeah, and so those of you who are watching on this, we'll have them on the screen, each pick that's been played, and maybe at the end here we'll put a summary screen up of all the picks that have been given. Those of you who are listening, you're just going to have to rewind and listen again. No, we'll find a way to post these somewhere so that people can keep track. We'll make a web page.
Jack, do you happen to just have them written down maybe before we sign off the unabated half here? We want to just do a quick recap of the player props, game props.
I have them scribbled down quickly. I'll see if I can go through them. All right. Started off Rufus versus Brad, and Brad picked under 6.5 San Francisco receivers minus 130. Rufus picked under 4.5 sacks minus 110. So in other words, if they both win, Rufus would get the point. It was longer odds. Next matchup was myself versus Suuma. And mine was longest field goal made over 47.5 yards minus 110. His was San Francisco convert fourth down. No, they will not convert a fourth down at minus 110. So in that case, if we both win, we each get awarded a half point. If we both lose, neither of us gets a point. And if one of us wins, they get the point. The third matchup was, I didn't write down who went first there, but it would have been Matchbook. So it would have been Drew had longest TD under 38.5 yards. I think it was minus 110, right, Drew? Okay. And then Thomas had a score in the first 4.5 minutes plus 145, going with a long shot there. Then we went into. Then we went into Rufus having under 2.5 player pass attempts at minus 175. Right? Was that the next one? Yeah. And then that was against Drew, who had over 1.5 yards on the shortest TD, minus 110. Then we had Drew again, first half TDs under 2.5, minus 110, versus myself, and I had both teams to complete first pass attempt at plus 110. And then it was Tom with over 3.5 field goals at plus 140. And then it was Brad with no 2-point conversion attempt at minus 165. Then it was Suuma with first half made field goals over 1.5 at minus 125. And that was against Tom, who had the distance of the first field goal over 36.5 yards, minus 110. And then it was myself with both teams make a 33-yard field goal or longer at minus 120. And it was, who did I face in that one? I didn't write down. Oh, it was Brad. Andy Reid will have the first challenge at minus 110. And then finally, it was Suuma with first timeout San Francisco plus 105. And then Rufus did the contrarian strategy and took Kansas City to have first timeout at minus 125. So they both can't win that one. So it's pretty much a coin flip as to who will call the first time out, wins that bet. That's it.
I love that one.
Okay. Team Europe, I feel like we're all kind of reading from the same script. I liked all of our plays there. This is it'll be interesting to see how I think there's a lot of player prop similarities that are kind of fun angles to attack as well.
Yeah, Drew settled our player props episode 2 for us perfectly, which will be hosted on the Matchbook YouTube channel, and he's out now. So do check that out for the second part of this. And reminder, this is similar to the Ryder Cup match play scoring. So there's 9 points up for grabs in each episode, and there's 18 points in total there. So look, we're very much looking forward to that. Team Europe is looking forward to hosting you guys for round 2. But my thanks to Captain Jack, to Thomas, to Brad Allen, to Drew Dinsick, to Fabian Sommer, to Rufus, and thank you, the viewers and listeners, for listening along. Check out part 2, as we said, and best of luck with Super Bowls in prop week, and welcome and goodbye from the first international Super Bowl prop off between Unabated and Matchbook. Bye bye.